So at the time I'm recording this, my ranking all 16 form change abilities in Pokemon video is my most viewed video at 581,000 views. However, I have changed my mind a lot since I made that video, and there's some things I'd like to address about it that I didn't really feel like I got the chance to address ever. Now, this goes for pretty much all the videos I make, but I want to tell you right now that I am pretty against making sequels. I've tried making sequels, but literally every single one of them performed significantly worse than the original, since YouTube and media in general just doesn't favor sequels, so it's not in my best interest to make them. I am more open to doing counterpart videos, like, for example, I did Pokemon that don't use their signature move, and then I did the counterpart of Pokemon that don't use their signature ability. I didn't do Pokemon that don't use their signature move 2, because that would be a sequel and it would be the same. It would be too similar to the point where it would perform way worse than the counterpart video. On the second channel, though, I don't really care how these videos perform, so I'm going to be revisiting some of my old videos as kind of like a low effort sequel. So starting off with some things that I wanted to address before I get into the re-rankings. Only form changes that are dependent on an ability. There were so many comments asking, what about Meloetta? What about Giratina? What about the Genies? What about Genesect? These Pokemon's form changes are not dependent on their abilities. Also, only Pokemon that have actual alternate forms. Ditto does not have alternate forms. It transforms into the Pokemon that it's facing entirely. Zoroark does not change form. It takes the appearance of the last Pokemon in your party. So now that we got that out of the way, I decided this time around I'll be doing it in a tier list to make it easier. Okay, so here we go. Now, I have them in order of the order that I ranked them in last time, with this being 17th place, this being first place. And I'm going to re-rank them going in this order. I will be changing some things up. And I don't really feel the need for 4 tiers, so I'm going to rename them, kind of. I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to rename them like this. Okay, so we got 4 tiers here. Great, good, borderline useless, and dysfunctional. I was kind of messing with this earlier, and I think this makes sense as these tiers here. You'll see what happens when I get to them. So let's start off with Unovan Darmanitan. This one I think is a very clear last place. It's like the definition of dysfunctional. A physical attacking regular form, and then a fast physical attacking regular form that turns into a slow special attacking alternate form when you get to half HP or below. It doesn't even make any sense. Like, there's no way that this works, and there's no reason to just use it over sheer force on Darmanitan. I don't really understand what they're going for. This is probably one of the worst designed, like, ability forms, if that even... Yeah, it's just, I don't really know how this could work. Wishiwashi was the next one. I do still stand by this one being pretty bad. I would put it in the dysfunctional tier. Yes, it does make you have like legendary level stats, but it also makes you have the lowest base stat total of any Pokemon in the game, lower than Sunkern. So because of that, because you can change back to the weak form, I think that's what really does it, and the fact that it has such low speed, really low HP, this thing doesn't really function very well. So I think these two, I do stand by them being the worst and second worst. Now we're on to Morpeko. Let's see. Now Morpeko, it's going to be in the borderline useless tier. It's definitely not dysfunctional. It just doesn't really do much. Like, it just changes the type of its signature move from electric to dark type, and like that's it. So yeah, it doesn't really do much, but it's not dysfunctional, I wouldn't say. It definitely has a function. And I should add that I'm kind of ranking these based off of like how much do they improve between forms and how easy is it to change between forms or beneficial to change between forms. So this one, is it easy to change between forms? Yeah, you just kind of wait a turn. Is it beneficial? Not particularly. I mean, it changes the type of a move. That's kind of all it does. So yeah, I think borderline useless is where it goes. Now, I ranked Cramorant next. I think this was probably one of the the big snubs here. I think Cramorant should definitely go in the good tier. The secondary effects of what was it, paralysis and like recoil, or what was it? I forgot even what it's. I'm gonna have to double check what its effects are. Okay, yeah. Secondary effect: lowering attackers' defense by one stage, and then paralyzing the attacker. Yeah, I would say that those are pretty good secondary effects. In addition to the the damage that it does, like the 1/4 chip damage. Yeah, I definitely think I way underrated Cramorant. Uh, I would definitely put it in the good tier. Definitely not. I wouldn't say it's borderline useless. Okay, now this one though, Castform. This one is definitely in the borderline useless tier. So all it does is change its type in weather. Yeah, it changes the type of weather ball, but that's not unique to Castform. It was when it was a signature move, but now it's more widespread, so it's not really unique to Castform anymore. Yeah, it doesn't change its stats, doesn't change anything else, just its type. So it this is not a huge improvement, and it's not super beneficial as well. So yeah, I would say borderline useless tier. Next one I had was Cherrim. I think Cherrim is another one that I underrated. I think this one's definitely going in the good tier. I'd say probably above, yeah, probably above Cramorant. This is actually like kind of a busted ability. It's on a Pokemon that's not super great. So yeah, a +1 attack and +1. Well, it's not actually +1, but it's the same effect as a 50% boost to attack and special defense for yourself and your ally, but it has to be in the sun. So I might even put this in great tier now that I'm talking about it. This is a really cool form change, and as you know, I tried to do it with Ogerpon, but it only works on Cherrim. So yeah, I think it's yeah, I think I'll keep it in here. I might change it later, but yeah, it is a really good ability. I definitely underrated it. I think I put it at 12th. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. Next we have Eiscue. Eiscue I'm gonna put in good tier. So it basically gives it a kind of like a substitute effect only for physical moves, and it goes away if you get hit by a physical move. No effect on special moves, and it can reactivate if if snow activates. So it's it's got potential. I mean, it's not amazing. I mean, the mod isn't great. It does increase its speed though. Wait, does it? I have to let me go check. Oh yeah. It way boosts its speed from 50 to 130, and you can do like a. I saw a lot of comments about people said like a belly drum set to get your HP down low, and then you get hit by a attack, and then you have high speed now because you're in the noise phase form. So yeah, I definitely put this in. I'd say it's good tier. Now that I'm thinking about it, let's see. Next one was Minior. Minior. Let's see. I think I put it in the good tier. I'd say, is it better than these two? You know, between these, I think Eiscue is the best so far, and then Minior. Minior is another one that it kind of changes from like defense to offense, and it has a cool effect where it can't be affected by status moves or status conditions when it's in its original form. So that's pretty cool. I think this is probably a good placing for it. I might change it later. Yeah, okay. Next one we have Ash Greninja. So Greninja with Battle Bond changes to Ash Greninja. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking this is going to go in is it good or is it great? I think I'm going to put it in the great tier. It basically gives Greninja a strict boost to its attack, special attack, and speed, which is pretty good. And then it also has the effect of, what is it? It changes something with Water Shuriken. Let me check what that interaction is. If Battle Bond is activated, Water Shuriken's power rises from 15 to 20, and it always hits 3 times, which is not an amazing effect. I don't know if I would consider that like a good effect for the form change ability, but yeah, I would say this is gonna great tier makes sense here. Next is Galarian Darmanitan. This one I think is gonna go in the borderline useless tier. I think I way overrated this. There's pretty much no scenario, or maybe there's like very small scenarios where you'd want to use this over just Guerrilla Tactics on regular Galarian Darmanitan. Because Guerrilla Tactics is kind of busted. It's a free choice. It's a choice band as an ability. So if you just throw in a choice scarf, you basically have a choice band and choice scarf in one. If you do a choice band, you basically have a double choice band, which is generally going to be more valuable than using this. So it is way better than Unovan Darmanitan, but I don't think it's going to be in good or great tier. So next we have Silvally and Arceus. I'm going to put both of them in the good tier. I don't think they're amazing. So they changed the type. They changed their type by giving them an item. And it is pretty easy to activate. You just give them an item. So, but it's not on Arceus. It's pretty useful, I'd say, because it's just a better mon overall because it's God, and then it gets a boost to Judgment. But yeah, I mentioned in the video that the boost to Judgment and Silvally not having a boost, it's not super relevant because Silvally's multi attack that changes type is 120 power, while Arceus's Judgment is 100 power that gets a 20% boost, so it's effectively the same power. So I think good tier is I wouldn't say they're amazing, so I think this is a good placement for them. Palafin, I think this is going to be a top so far. Palafin going from Palafin 0 to Hero allows it to go from 0 to Hero, like really bad stats to like legendary level stats just by switching out. So the condition in which it changes form, it's very easy, just switching out. And the amount that it improves by is a lot, so that's a big plus there. And the fact that it cannot change back to its weak form, I think that's what really does it. So yeah, definitely Palafin is the best so far. And then next I had Mimikyu. I think with the nerfs, Mimikyu's really hurt it. The nerfs really hurt Mimikyu's form change here. So it kind of acts like Eiscue's, but it's just like mostly a better version, slightly worse in some ways. It gets a free disguise, which is like kind of like a substitute. It gets a hit and it breaks the disguise. But the thing is, it cannot get the disguise back. Eiscue can get its ice face back by when snow is set up. But this works for all hits, not just physical hits. So I think this, and then Cherrim's better. I don't know. I think I'll just keep. I think Cherrim's might be better. Like a 50% attack and special defense boost for yourself and your ally in the sun. That's just really good. So I'm gonna put it here. Next we have Zygarde. Zygarde is. Should I put it here or it's something gonna go in the great tier. I'm gonna put it here. Yeah, I think Zygarde's is really good. It changes. It gets a ton of HP, like an insane amount of HP. That's the main thing. And then I think it gets like special defense or what does it even does it get? Let me check. Yeah, so assuming we're going from 50% to the complete form, it gets like a billion more HP, and then 10 more special attack, and lower lower speed. Okay, yeah, so it's just mainly the HP boost. So is Cherrim's better? I don't know. Cherrim's is really good. I think I don't know. Yeah. I think Cherrim's might be better. Okay, now we have the biggest change on this list, Terapagos. Terapagos is going down here. It's borderline useless because you cannot ever battle in the baby form. So what's the point of it even existing? What is the point of it having stats? Why does it have Terra Shift? This literally could have been an email, basically, is what I'm saying. You know how like Xerneas has like that weird, like it has like two forms, but it can't battle in that like weird form. It should have been like that. It shouldn't have been an entire ability. This is entirely for marketing, and it goes from like really bad stats to really good stats just by switching in. But like, what's the point? You can never even battle in the other form. So yeah, I'd say Terapagos is borderline useless. It's not dysfunctional because it's not like actively bad, but it's just wastes everyone's time talking about it. So yeah, I'm gonna put it down here. And Aegislash, yeah, I think Aegislash is definitely the best. Going from 150 defense and special defense to 150 attack and special attack just by attacking or defending. Yeah, this is like the definition of like a great form change ability. The one thing I didn't mention though is Aegislash's speed being low is actually really beneficial because that allows it to most of the time go last. So you can be in your shield form, take a hit, then go to your sword form or blade form, whatever it's called, and then attack. And then you can just King Shield, go back to defense form, rinse and repeat, and yeah. So I think Aegislash is definitely the #1 spot for best form change. So now I'm going to kind of go back and reorder any of these that I kind of put out of order. You know what? I don't think I'm going to make any changes. I think I am cool with this tier list here. And yeah, this is ordered, by the way, so this is 1st, 2nd, 3rd, all the way to 17th. So yeah, I'll put like the old ranking on screen and compared to my new ranking in order, just to see how much it changed. I think this is my tier list here. And again, this is based off not how good the Pokemon is, it's how much the form change improves them, how beneficial it is, how easy it is to change to that form, things like that. So I feel pretty good about this list. Now, you don't even need to ask, I am going to be revisiting the berry ranking and the outside of battle ability ranking. So I will be doing those probably pretty soon. So stay on the lookout for those. And I will also just be kind of revisiting some of my old videos anyway. So you don't even need to ask for that. I will be doing that. But if there's anything else you want to suggest, definitely feel free to leave it in the comments. And if you disagree with this re-ranking, let me know. Other than that, I appreciate you hanging out, and I will see you in the next one.